Yo, you tapped in, no filter, no fluff, real rap every time. Yeah, we talking about health, from the boardroom moves to the barbershop facts. We keep it 100, never turning our backs. Mine sharp like a suit with the fade on point. Every convo cut deep, this ain't just for the joint. It's the culture, the hustle, the game and the grind. You looking for truth, then you came to the right line. Keeping it 100, facts versus feelings. Keeping it 100, truth with no ceilings. Keeping it 100, no cap, just vision. We speak it, we live it, your health is our mission. Keeping it 100, facts versus feelings. Keeping it 100, truth with no ceilings. Keeping it 100, no cap, just vision. We speak it, we live it, your health is our mission.
Welcome to Keeping It 100, where we have open and honest conversations to make sure you have all the information you need to have good health and to make better health decisions. I am your host, Dr. Kristen Motley. So glad to be back. I am joined by my co-host, G, the street practitioner.
Hey, Doc, how you doing?
We in the building.
We're in the building.
Cutting up already.
The
You
street
just
practitioner.
told me what to do, and I didn't do it. I don't listen.
It's okay.
I don't
It's
listen.
okay. We coming out a little rust and
I know, we're a little rusty, y'all.
yeah.
We're
That's
a little
all.
rusty.
That's all.
But it's good to be back.
Oh, it's great, Doc. Good
It's
seeing
good to see.
you.
I-
The
like, I
health
feel like
commission, the
I mean,
building.
I know we got all kind of new jobs happening.
Oh man.
I got a whole new job.
Woo.
But
God
let me
is
just
good.
put this out here. When I am here in this podcast, Keeping It 100, I am not speaking on behalf of the city of Chester. Anybody in any governmental capacity. I am Kristen, the executive director of Health Educated. And so let me just be clear about that. Let's just
Very
start
well
off. I don't
said.
want nobody calling Mayor Roots talking about she said she did.
Right.
Nope. Because that wasn't me.
Right.
That wasn't me.
Right.
Because who I am is the executive director and founder of Health Educated.
Hello.
When I'm in this seat.
Right.
So let me just be
Amen.
very clear.
Okay, let's
Don't
go.
Be calling him. Don't be
Right.
calling over there complaining about
Right.
me.
And you be in the paper tomorrow.
And it's after hours.
Right.
So y'all really can't come at me. I was going to do a daytime show, and I was like, you know what? I don't trust these people. They
Nah.
gonna say she off the clock and on the clock at the same time. Nope. It's evening hours. So anyway, very honored to serve the city in that capacity, though. On a serious tip, it's humbling. It's interesting. I'm learning a lot. But I got y'all. Y'all.
You're perfect for the job too, Doc.
I
I'm
got
like
you.
so proud. Like I'm serious. And it's like when I introduce you now, I add that to your title, and it's just like, yo.
Thanks, G.
Yeah,
It's definitely a job.
Yes. And you're very well. You're very well.
Oh, thank you. But you got a new job too.
Yeah, you know.
Everybody got new jobs around
Oh
here.
man, you know, life changes. Life changes. I gotta admit that. I mean, I had a trying year, Doc.
I know.
Out in the world and, learning. I got baptized.
You got a whole new life.
I got
A new job
baptized.
and a new life.
Yes,
You
like
done
that.
came up a new creature.
So I feel good. Like all that's coming, all my blessings and moving forward. I'm still with the team. We
are.
still building. Oh, Doc, it's a wonderful thing. Like so, I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Amen.
I'm blessed. Look at me, Doc. I feel good.
You looking good,
Yeah,
G.
I feel good, Doc. I ain't gonna lie, I feel good.
That's good. I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. And I
I know you've been
appreciate
through a lot.
you. Yeah. So how you been?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm hanging.
Okay.
I'm hanging. Now, I feel good, but I was kind of shocked recently when I got some blood work back. I was like, what is happening?
Oh,
So we're going to talk about that a little bit, but we're going to talk about you first.
Okay. Not a
So
problem.
you got some blood work that you called me about and shared with me,
Right.
and we talked about that. And I was like, oh, that'll be good for the show.
Right.
So here we are.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go into the scenario. So the scenario was I was having like a crazy morning, like my heart was racing. I couldn't stop coughing, didn't know what was going on. Haven't been to the doctors in a while.
Why not?
Just not listening.
Hard-headed?
Just not following,
No. I need a reason Why
Okay.
haven't
Well,
you been
get
to the
one up?
doctors in a while?
Well, you know what, Doc? There's no reason.
There is a reason.
So, you know what I'm saying? It
No, no,
really
no.
wasn't.
There
I
is
mean,
a reason.
I feel like I'm in class, like you're just looking for a different answer.
I want the answer. There is a reason that you didn't go. Did you
Um,
think about going?
yes, I did.
Why didn't you go?
I didn't make it important.
Okay.
Okay, let's say that.
Okay.
I knew it was something that I should be doing, but I didn't do it. So
Because it wasn't important to you enough.
At
Because you
that
wasn't
time,
sick enough.
I had to get scared.
I see.
I had to get pushed. I had to get kicked. I had to get dragged in.
I see.
So that's the scenario. So I
Okay.
went to the emergency room. My blood pressure was like 190 over. Stay here, bro. Like,
Wow.
like where'd
190
you
over,
go?
you ain't going home.
Right, pretty much. So they did every test imaginable. I did end up getting put on a blood pressure medication. So shout out to the doctor. They did a very great job. I never got a cholesterol test. It was the first time I got one.
From
So
the ER.
right.
Okay.
So they did every test imaginable, everything checked out. I wasn't having a heart attack because you always go through the worst case scenario in
Yeah, I
your head.
know.
Oh my God, I feel like Fred Sanford. You know what I'm saying?
Elizabeth.
Here I come. But it wasn't that, and but I did. It was some other little problems and issues or whatever. So cholesterol was one of them, which we never really talked about before. We always talked about blood pressure.
First of all, are you
well, no,
blaming me for not
of course
making
not.
you aware of the importance of?
Of course not. See, this is the thing with women. See,
No,
this-
I mean, the way you pointed
this
at
is
me
the thing.
was
See,
like,
I did not.
matter of
say-
fact, we ain't ever talk about.
I
blood
just
pressure.
know we
was
just
talking
was
about,
big on blood pressure, so I'm just saying. So it wasn't a shot at you, Doc.
like the
but
way
I'm
you
just-
had.
Right.
that
I
was-
had to
like, I
give it.
felt like
I had
you
to
was-
give you a nudge because you are the doc. But to get back on topic, we never talked about it. Like just in general, we always talked about blood pressure and diabetes and certain things that really plague our community. But cholesterol was a big thing. I didn't even
is?
know what cholesterol was, really, where it came from, how could it be high, what is the reason why it's high, and mine was high, and calcium. So I noticed that it's different levels in your cholesterol levels, and mine's happened to be low or something, or whatever the percentage was in calcium. So you will have to explain that for me because I didn't really understand that.
I don't know if I got your calcium results. I didn't see any other blood panel. I only saw your lipids, like your
Okay.
cholesterol panel. So you can
Okay.
send those to me.
Okay.
And I'll take a look at that.
Okay.
But so we have your cholesterol results on the screen here. So it's a lot of numbers and a lot of things happening. So I'm just going to tell you all to look at the LDL. So it says LDL, it's in bold. The second to last line, LDL bold. Oh, let me get a zoom in. All right. So 138 was George's LDL. So it's higher than what we would want it to be.
Okay.
It would be more concerning if you had other health conditions, especially like diabetes or some other health condition, heart disease. It is not off the charts high.
Gotcha.
That would make me be like, oh my God, like you
Right.
need it needs some work,
Okay.
but
Okay.
it's at the lower end of the high. So
Gotcha.
that's promising.
Okay.
That's promising.
I'm taking that.
And you're on your medicine.
Yes.
And so how's that been?
It's been great. I take it every morning with orange juice. It's a major part of my day, and I haven't been checking it, but the last time that I checked, it was in the norm.
What are you talking about?
What?
You haven't been checking your cholesterol?
No, I haven't been checking my blood pressure.
Are you talking about blood pressure?
Yeah.
I'm talking about cholesterol.
Oh well, I don't know how to check it.
You wouldn't, which is why I'm saying, what are you
Right.
talking about?
Right,
All right,
okay, all right,
So,
all right, okay.
you take your blood pressure medicine every day. It's
Right.
been going well. Do you forget to take it? How do you remember to take it?
It's just like brushing my teeth now.
Okay, it's just a
So
part of
it's
your
part
routine.
of my routine.
Okay.
And I took it serious because I really was scared this time. That day that I went to the hospital,
Okay.
it really scared me. So I can honestly say that, and it's a shame because it comes with the stigma, but it's a real thing. Like we don't go to the doctors, and again, we promote health, and we just do all these great things for the community. And it's time for me to start like following and being an example. So
That's the truth.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm glad that you are on medication now. Heart disease is the number one killer for all Americans. It's the number one killer, and high cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes, they all will increase your risk of having heart disease, having a heart attack. And
Right.
so we got to keep those numbers under control. And the only way we know what our numbers are is to get them checked. There's
Right.
no way that's why it's called the silent killer,
Right.
because you're not going to feel sick. Now, there are times where you may get so sick and it's so bad that you need to go to the ER, like what happened with Pee Pants over here. But you need to know your numbers and you need to stay on it, and you want to do these things before it becomes a bad problem.
right.
So you had access to health care. You could have called, made appointments. As a matter of fact, you were calling and you were making appointments, but you wasn't showing up. And so these are the things that we just have to do better.
Right.
We just have to figure out how can we do better, carve out time, make it important enough, even when you're not feeling sick, to just go and get checked out. So I'm glad that you're okay.
Okay.
I'm glad you're taking your meds. How long ago did you start taking them?
It was October.
October, November, December. So you
Since
should probably get another round of labs done probably in January, like
Okay.
3 months, just to see and make sure that your numbers are going back down to normal.
Right. And it scared me so much, right, that even though I know we promote health and like the way we, to live your life and the lifestyles, but it promoted me to even start calling out men and just get one checkup. You know what I'm saying? Just get one. I'm not asking you to
Just
do
one.
anything. I'm going to start calling our brothers just to get one checkup. And even if it's like at the free clinic, there's plenty of different places. We'll start having some places on our website and places where we can direct you if you don't have insurance. But at least get one checkup. That's all I'm asking the community and the brothers of the community, because people need us. Our family need us, our kids.
Listen, we do, because who's
our
going to watch
sisters.
them kids?
Right. Who's
If
going
my
to take the
husband not
bags
here,
in the
who is
house?
going to
Who's going to take the
watch
bags
those
in
kids?
Who's going to take the bags in the house?
Take the bags in the house, wash the bathroom, and do the dishes and all
Right,
the
dog.
things.
Who
Who's going to do all
gonna
that?
do all that?
I ain't doing it.
Right.
So we do need y'all alive and well,
Right.
and capable.
Right.
So I'm glad that you did that.
Oh, yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
So yours was at 138. Okay, let's take a look. So I went and got my annual physical done. I usually request my lab results before my appointment so that when I go into my appointment, my doctor has everything and we can talk about everything there. So that's one thing I would suggest. Don't wait until you go to the doctors to say, and then have them say, go get your lab work done.
Right.
Contact them before your appointment and say, order my lab work, then get the lab work done, and it's done already for your doctor to review, and y'all can have a conversation about
That's
it.
a good idea.
So that's what I do.
Yeah, I love that.
How? I got my blood work done. My cholesterol, my LDL, yours was 138. Mine is 205.
Whoa.
I
The
was like,
doctor?
I'm about to die. What is happening?
Wow.
So it is really a silent killer. You do not know.
Right.
I don't feel anything. Like, I have good blood pressure. It's always normal, low. But my cholesterol, it really shocked me. If you look at the screen, you can see over time it's just been like creeping up. So this time I was like, oh, he's gonna give me some medicine because it was so high. So we had a conversation about it, and he said he wanted to get another test done before I start on meds. And so I had that test done today.
Nice.
I had to get a CT scan of my heart. So I went over, had that done. It was really easy. So that's going to tell him if there's any calcium buildup, if so, how much, so he can decide what's the next steps. But I was really devastated looking at my 205 LDL. Like, that is ridiculous.
Right. So, Doc,
That's
what
so high.
causes it, though? What
So
causes high cholesterol?
For a number like that, in my mind, I'm thinking it's genetics. Because I don't eat in a way that I should have high LDL like that.
Got you.
And my triglycerides, which is another part of the cholesterol test, were normal. So I'm thinking it's a big genetic component because I pretty much eat a plant-based diet. I mean, I do. Like, I don't eat meat, except for every now and then I need a Chick-fil-A sandwich. But other than that, I don't eat meat.
Right.
Maybe once every 2 months.
I was getting ready to say, I thought you eat meat before, but okay.
No, I don't eat. You didn't see me eat meat. Where? I definitely not eat
well, salmon's not meat, so right.
I eat fish.
Okay.
I eat fish, but I don't eat like beef and.
Right.
But it's very rare that I will have to stop past the Chick-fil-A drive-thru and go get me a chicken sandwich. But I even cut back on that. But anyway, so I pretty much eat a plant-based diet. So I'm not eating a lot of fat from animals. So
to cause the high cholesterol.
Yeah. Right. So it's typically caused by fatty foods and foods that are highly processed too. So when you're looking at foods that have a lot of trans fats like cakes and butter, stuff like that in food, that'll drive it up. Now I do like to eat a little dessert on the weekend. So usually for the weekend I have like a little piece of cake and some ice cream.
Okay.
Maybe 1 or 2 days of the weekend.
Got you.
I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling.
But not nothing
but
that
I'm
would
not
cause
like every day
eating
bad. And so this must just be genetics for me. But definitely shook me up a little bit. I'm like, oh my God.
Me too, Doc. When I heard it, I was like, you one of us? Okay.
Welcome to the club.
Right. Okay, Doc.
Yeah, I'm in there. So he'll get my results back in a couple of days, they said, and then we'll go from there. So I might be taking medicine with orange juice every day like you.
Hey, come on, Doc. I mean, we lead by example. But we lead by example, though.
We got to take care of ourselves.
Right. That's why I love our show, because we hands-on. We active. We learning. We developing. And now you on meds with me.
Now I'm
welcome to the club.
I'm at the pharmacy every month picking up my meds with you. So that's where we are in our life and our health journey. Just if you have not had any lab work done within the last year, I am encouraging you. You don't know that something is wrong. You don't want to wait until it's bad, especially if you're in Chester and we lost a whole hospital, 2 hospitals in this region. And so we have to do as much prevention as we possibly can. There is no hospital to go to that is close. And if you go to one, you're going to be sitting there forever because there's no other hospitals for anybody to go to. So we can prevent ourselves from experiencing all that if we would just do the prevention.
Right.
Get the lab work done, do the checkup. I only see my doctor once a year for my annual checkup. This time I got to do a little follow-up, but I wouldn't have known if I didn't go.
Okay.
So that's that.
Okay.
I was late on my annual checkup, too. I was a few months late, probably like 4 or 5 months. I don't know what happened, but let me think, because I can't tell you not to give an excuse. I just didn't make time to do it.
Right.
I knew that I needed to do it. I just didn't make time until I was like, okay, it's getting late. I need to get my appointment in.
Right.
And I just didn't. So.
Okay, Doc.
Yeah, we all trying to get better.
Right. Even the doc miss appointments, and so glad we got this on tape. Glad we got this on video.
I am not different than anybody else.
Listen,
I mean,
no, that's what I love about you, though. It's okay.
Different. I'm
it's
the
okay.
same. I'm struggling like everybody.
Right.
So I know better, and I try to do better. So it's the best I can do. So just want to remind everybody, if this is your first time watching. This show was born out of the COVID pandemic. So COVID was happening, a lot was going on, there was a lot of confusion, and so we started the show to cut the confusion and make sure people knew what they needed to know. Right. So just want to mention that and start talking a little bit about vaccines, because it's annual vaccine season. So the flu is out there, colds and RSV, stuff that we need to be keeping our eye on. There is a new flu strain that was identified in the UK and in Canada. It's a more severe form of the flu. One problem that we're having here, because of the government shutdown, the CDC hasn't been able to track what's happening with that strain in the U.S., so we should have some data coming up soon now that the government shutdown is over. People are back to work. But we don't know what it can do. But we do know that there is a flu shot available. And so we want to make sure that people are getting their flu shots, staying up to date on your vaccines. Flu shots are for anyone 6 months and older. That's a one-time-a-year thing. Did you get your flu shot yet?
No, ma'am.
Really?
No, I didn't.
I ain't get mine either.
Right. So
The doctor was
we
like,
bro and sis.
"Do you want to get your kids vaccinated?" I think I took them in September, and I was like, "Nope, I'm gonna bring them back." That's only because I like to get them vaccinated closer to flu season.
Oh, right.
So I did plan to bring them back in November. It's mid-November, and they ain't back yet. So I'm gonna have to get that done soon.
Right.
I like to have them done 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, before they, like we're out
Start
and
mingling
around everybody,
with the
because it takes
family,
about 2 weeks to get the full benefit of the protection. But I missed that deadline too.
But I'm glad you said that. So one quick question about flu. I want to keep it going, but what is the flu shot really recommended? You think it's a good thing to get the flu shot? Be honest.
What you think I'm sitting here talking about?
No, but I'm just saying, Doc, because I have my own theory about flu shots. I just feel like it depends on like your immune system, and it might not be for everybody. That's just me. Now I don't know, I didn't go to school, but for that.
Well, I went to school and I'm still paying my loans, so let's make this very clear. Yes, I highly recommend the flu shot.
Okay.
My entire family will get the flu shot. I am just late because I'm not responsible.
Copy. Okay.
So we will be getting our flu shots. We may even do it before the next show.
Okay.
Hopefully.
I did get it last year though, so I mean I plan to get it.
I absolutely do, because this is the thing for all vaccines. There is no way I am going to sit and suffer, or let my family sit and suffer from a disease that has a vaccine. There is no way.
Right.
There is no way. What's the statistic? 90% of the children that passed away of the flu last year did not get vaccinated.
Oh.
90%.
Wow.
So it was about 300 kids last year, 2024, that died of the flu. 90% of them did not get vaccinated.
Wow.
So the vaccines work. They're not designed to protect you specifically for that from ever getting the flu. It's just so that you're not so sick that you need to go to the hospital and die. And so there is no way that I'm going to sit at my child's funeral who has passed away from a disease that has a vaccine.
Right.
I can't reconcile that in my head.
Right.
And so when children are dying of measles and diseases that we've had vaccines for years, it is like the most tragic thing, because it is preventable. Right. It is preventable. And the problem is that there's so much misinformation and confusion that people don't know what to do, and then they don't do anything.
Right.
And so that's the problem. But we're going to talk about that later in the show, because we got to stop believing everything we see on the internet, because it's confusing. Oh yeah.
Queen Lean, she asked,
"Oh hey, Miss Queen,
is insurance still covering these shots?"
So insurance will cover the flu vaccine. I also wanted to talk about RSV, which is one for older adults. RSV typically causes cold symptoms, but in older adults and in really small babies, it causes severe symptoms that can leave people in the hospital. They can die from it. Your insurance will cover that. COVID, because of this current administration, it is only covered for certain people with certain plans. So if you are an older adult, and I don't know what the cutoffs are, but if you are an older adult, you can typically get COVID vaccine covered through Medicare. Our age, younger than 65, it depends on your insurance if they're going to cover it or not. Because the CDC changed the recommended age for vaccines under this current, or COVID vaccines specifically under this current administration. There's no more free COVID vaccines available, like how we were doing clinics and stuff like that back in 2021, 2022. That doesn't exist anymore. So you can get a COVID vaccine only if your insurance pays for it, mostly if you have Medicare, if you're above the age of 65, or if you pay out of pocket for it. And I don't even know what the cost, but I imagine it's $200 or higher.
Wow.
And so nobody's going to pay for that. I'm not paying for that. So I will not get COVID vaccine, and my insurance don't pay for it. Now, if I was a person that, if you have high risk, so if you have like diabetes, heart disease, kidney disease, asthma, COPD, depending on the conditions you have, and it makes you higher risk of dying from COVID or being in the hospital from COVID, and you're younger than 65, then your insurance will likely cover it.
So if you're at risk.
If you're at risk,
Okay.
any age, you have insurance, it will probably cover it. It's definitely going to cover it if you're 65 or older and have Medicare. For younger people, you have to be at high risk of having a complication or being hospitalized.
Got you. Okay.
I forgot about that part. So it's just like all these nuances around it. But I hope that answered your question, Queen Lee. Can you pay attention to the questions? And I want to shout out to Dr. Orozco, who is watching and in the chat as well, who can also provide answers to all of your questions. She is she's out there, and she can also answer questions that I may miss because I can't even hardly see the screen. I need to get my glasses checked too. That's another exam.
Oh, come on, Doc.
I need to get my eyes checked.
Listen. All right. We gotta tighten up.
We do. I ain't gonna lie. So I hope that was helpful. Other thing I want to mention is open enrollment time.
Okay.
So it's time, if you don't have insurance, it's time to hop on the marketplace to get an insurance plan. Because if you don't, you're going to have to wait a whole year. So the deadline to enroll is December 15th, and you'll have coverage that starts January 1st. If you miss that deadline, there's another deadline, January 15th of next year, and your coverage will start February 1st. So make sure you take advantage of that. If you do not have insurance, this is your chance. This is your only chance to get into Obamacare, insurance that you just pay for out of pocket. And if you need help with that, you can go to Penny. If you're from Pennsylvania and you need help with that, you can go to Penny, PENNIE.com, penny.com, or call 1-844-844-4440. I'm not making that up. 1-844-844-4440. I called that number today to make sure it worked, and somebody had answered, and I hung up. So penny.com, or call the number to get insurance coverage if you need it. Any questions about that? Are you still on Obamacare? Or you got insurance through your job?
Nah, it was so high.
It is high.
Oh,
and,
man.
It may
you
have
had to
gone
have
up
a whole nother job just to pay for your
insurance.
So,
I know.
so I actually been using the free facilities.
Okay.
You get them your information, your employment information, and they work with you. And they also have a payment plan. So, like, I was able to get my labs and get all that stuff done, and they put you on a payment plan.
What health center do you go to these days?
I went to I went to Paoli Hospital.
Yeah.
Which was great. I mean, the experience was great.
Yeah, you talked about that. You was like,
So
you gotta come out here and check out this place.
Man.
You were so impressed.
So I forgot the actual name of the center, but it's a free clinic.
Okay.
And it's high tech. It's just like it's on a same level as Chest Pen.
Yep.
I'll get you the information. I have it for the next time we talk on the broadcast. But oh man, so they have a payment plan. You still, because that was my main concern. Like, you get a certain age, there's certain things you have to start doing. Your colonoscopy, certain things that comes with your age group.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't get that. You only can just get a basic checkup. But no, you can get your blood work. You can get all these tests done standard, and they will pay, and you will just go on a payment plan, and it goes according to your income.
Very good.
Yep.
Tapping into them resources.
Yeah, see? So I'm leading, follow me.
Let's go. Let's go. I want to, Dr. Orozco, if you can put the link up to HRSA's, hopefully this still exists, because HRSA's Find a Health Center. They used to have a website. I don't know what is happening with the federal government these days, but there used to be a website through HRSA where people can go on and find a health center near them. Chest Pen will come up on that list if you're in this area, in the Chester area. So just hopefully she can get that link in the website and put that in there so y'all can find a center like where George went that'll accept you without insurance, give you a payment plan, and connect you to all the resources that you need.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. The other thing I wanted to talk about was some big news that came out of Chester this week is big news on the environmental front.
Hey,
And this is
shout out to Circle.
It is nothing more important than this.
Right.
All this heart disease we talking about, all this diabetes, the asthma we're talking about, this stuff is, the root of it is air pollution.
We finally got a victory.
And that's just what it is.
Right.
And so we can talk about this stuff until we are blue in the face, but I don't want to do that. I want to target it right where it's coming from, and it is the pollution.
It
that
is, dog.
driving.
We can't ignore it.
It is
And we've
driving
been
this.
Fighting and fighting and fighting.
Oh, Lord. Shout out to Circle, Queen Lean for everything they have done all these years that has led us to the victory that we got out of Philadelphia this week.
Yes.
So the Committee on the Environment for the Philadelphia City Council had a hearing on Monday where we were there to testify about why Philadelphia should stop sending their trash to Chester. So in case y'all don't know, about 30% of the trash that comes out of Philly, they have 1.5 million people that live there. 1.5 million people live in Philly. 30% of their trash comes to Chester to be incinerated. And thank you to Council Member Gaudier, who was like, okay, this is ridiculous.
Right.
And so she introduced the Stop Trashing Our Air Act for Philadelphia for them to stop incinerating their trash or entering into contracts with companies that burn trash. And so after a very long hearing, the committee voted to stop. And so now it's moved out of committee, which is step one. And next is that the entire Philadelphia City Council will have to vote on it next.
Gotcha.
So we'll see how that goes. We are expecting a win out of that, and that's going to make a big difference for us. It's going to set an example. Philly is what, the 6th or 5th largest city in the country?
Right.
Everybody is looking at this.
Right.
And so they
and
are.
how that trash coming all the way to Chester?
Listen, that's just from
Yo,
Philly.
even-
It's coming from all over the country.
I mean, come
They've
on.
had
So y'all
contracts
sending
with-
y'all trash here? Like, okay, no.
They've had contracts with Canada. Trash was coming all the way from Canada, from Puerto Rico, across the water, all the
Wow.
way here. So we have to pay attention to this. And I'm just glad that Circle hasn't given up, because they've been fighting for 30 years. That's a
Right.
long time to fight against one thing.
Right.
And I'm just really grateful that they have not given up, because it is the source of a lot of the health problems that we experience in
Right.
Chester, including the cancers as well. So shout out to them. And I want to give a special shout out as well to Delaware County, because they showed up.
Really?
I feel like the
Okay.
county, for years we didn't have any love and support out the county, but that has changed. And so I am really grateful for the support that the county gives in a number of ways to help Chester. So shout out to Laura Warner, who's the director of the health department, who whenever I need anything, it doesn't matter what time of day, what day of the week, Laura is there for me every time and all the time. And it's like nothing. She's like, let me know what you need. I got you. And she shows up every time.
Nice.
So it's really great to be able to depend on her and to call her when I have questions or need anything. And then to Becca Yurkovich, who is the director of the Sustainability Office for Delaware County, who also came to testify and to show support of what we need to do. Like, we need to move in this direction. It's very long overdue. And so we are going to do what we got to do to see this through.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, I feel good. And like Queen Lee, she been in the mix for a minute. She was out there by herself, like Harriet Tubman.
I was not ready for you to say that. Why you say that?
I'm just like, listen. Listen.
She gonna do it if it's her or
Right,
if it's
she don't
10
care.
or
Right,
100.
listen, and look what's happening.
Yeah.
Now. Look what's happening. So the difference doesn't happen overnight. You gotta stay consistent.
It's true.
And she been fighting for us for years,
That's
and we
true.
finally at the table now.
Yeah.
So it feel good.
Yeah.
Saw you on the news, Doc.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even know I was on the
You
news.
was on the news.
Somebody
Like,
had texted me.
the queen always on the news.
Yeah,
so.
she stay on.
But
the
no, I
news.
mean it's a wonderful thing, and you're right. It's been a problem, and we just gotta stop letting people come in our house.
Listen.
We gotta stop letting people
We
come in.
We
our
have to
house.
know that they knocking at the door. That's the
Right.
thing. We don't even know that they knocking, and then they come in and do whatever because
Right.
we just distracted by just trying to get through life.
Right.
It's just hard. So we need the advocates. We need the allies. We need
Right.
people who have the capacity to come out, support, and fight because a lot of times people are tired.
Yes.
There's just no extra capacity
Right.
to go and fight something else.
Right.
You tired.
Right.
I get that. So yeah, that's a huge one. That's
that's
a
a
huge
big
one.
one.
That's a
Yeah.
huge one.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to Circle once again.
oh yeah.
Queen Lean, Dr. Nolan, and loving everything you guys are doing over there. Choices.
Training the youth,
Oh,
which
man.
is nothing is more
Beautiful.
important than that.
Beautiful. It's
Training
beautiful.
the youth,
That's a
that's-
a
yeah.
solid organization, and they like our sisters and brothers over there. So shout out to Circle again.
Chia. The other thing I was gonna say it too is advocacy is important in being mindful of who you elect to do stuff. Like who do you elect to represent you
Right.
is very important because it drives the decisions that are made, which
Right.
means you have to be involved in the voting process.
Right.
You have to, and not just vote, but do your research and know who you're voting for so that you understand what could come out if this person wins.
Right.
What you gain and what you lose if this person wins. You have to be involved or else anything will happen to you.
Right.
Anything will happen to you.
It's true.
So, and this is another example of making sure that you're voting for leadership for people that are who are going to make decisions in your interest, not in their interest.
Right.
Because once the person is in office, it's too late. Bam.
Hello. Hello.
It's too late. Like, I don't want to hear complaints.
Right.
Don't complain.
Right.
I don't want to hear a single complaint. It's too late. You have to make your voice heard through their vote. After that, it's done.
Right.
It's so.
I mean, it's,
I don't want to hear it.
we say it all the time, but they still want to just don't talk until afterwards. You speak with your vote. Shout out to the mayor, though. I mean, I ain't gonna
Shout
lie.
out
The
to
mayor
the
was
mayor.
on the front line. The mayor was on the front line with a hard hat on. So,
Yep,
shout outs to Roots. There it is.
definitely. And
Yeah.
and I'm glad you said that because I wouldn't be in the role of health commissioner if it wasn't for him.
Right.
So I whatever I'm able to accomplish through this job, y'all can thank him because I wouldn't
Yeah.
be here without him. So I'm really grateful for the opportunity. Grateful. I did see Queen Lean say, "Hold them accountable." Because when
Right.
you say you're going to do something, do it.
Right.
I teach my kids, your word is your bond.
Right.
My little 5-year-old knows your word is your bond. Don't tell me you're going to do something and don't
Right.
and then don't do it.
Right.
Just don't say it.
Right.
So holding them accountable is a big deal
Right.
to make them follow through on what they said they were going to do. Because your seat is not promised.
No.
Because people flip in a minute.
Yeah. And they flipped seats over.
Yeah.
So.
Flip the table over.
Right. All that.
Beat you
So-
up with the seat.
Right. Right.
All that.
Right.
That white chair. Let me pull that white chair out. This has gone on much longer than I thought. We are really behind schedule here, but we can still keep it going. I wanted to do a little environmental health thing, but I feel like we hit the
We
environmental
kind of
talk
touched it.
through the air pollution and just trying to make sure that we are protecting our air. You cannot go outside and hold your breath. So whatever you can do to protect your air. And the problem in Chester is not just the trash incinerator. The problem is that there's so many sources of air pollution that they all come together and make it a disaster.
Right.
The trash incinerator is a huge part of that, but we also have an interstate highway with traffic all day and night. All those car emissions, they're a problem. We have an airport that's like 10 minutes away with planes flying over all day and night. All those emissions, that's a problem. We have a solid waste authority is another problem. We also have manufacturing firms. We have oil refinery down the street. So it's like the culmination of all these things together create this toxic air that we have to breathe. and it is killing us.
Right.
It is literally killing us. And so that's in combination, all of those things together are an issue. And so if we can get rid of as many as we can and limit our exposure, that is how we are going to get our health back. Otherwise, we are never going to see a difference in cancer, asthma, heart disease, diabetes. They're all driven from the pollution that we inhale. We don't even know it because we do smell it sometimes,
Right.
but we don't see it. And if you don't smell it, you don't think it's there. It is there, and we're breathing it every day, and it's in our homes. And so, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah. But we're on the front line.
And we doing what we can
And
do.
it feels good. And, that environmental thing is big. That's our lifestyle, And if it actually wasn't for Circle and Queen Lean and her movement, what she created years ago, I wouldn't even have known half of that stuff.
Me, I wouldn't have known it either.
I
was
had
not talking
no
about this stuff 2
idea
years ago.
That I'm just
Didn't
looking
know.
at it like, oh, okay, no, this stuff was killing us. And it's people that live like actually literally across the street from the incinerator. So I could imagine that we go into
On the same
numbers,
block.
right, and the percentages and how people just come in our city and just take what they want and leave.
Listen,
And leave us with all the mess, leave us with the pollution, leave us with all the issues. And we still got to raise families here. So no, we taking a stand. Like I said, it starts with the leadership. And like you said, with the vote and with people standing firm in their position.
Yep.
So,
if y'all want to learn something, if you really want to learn how this air pollution is impacting your life, go back and watch that hearing. It's online. It's long, but all the testimonies will help you see what impact it is truly having on this community and on this entire region. Because the air blow.
right.
The air don't just stay in exit 6. It's
Right.
blowing throughout this entire region. So everybody's impacted, which is why everybody should care.
Right.
And I don't have anything against Covanta, as the people. It is they're it's just the company, the work that they do is not helpful for us. It kills us. And so I just can't
We're
get
not
with
going to
it.
let y'all not care about our life
I can't get with it.
over your business.
No,
So.
nope. So anyway, that's where we are with that. So today's show was Stop Believing the Internet Part 2. And we're at the end. we're coming close to our time, but I think we can still talk about this before we wrap up. So you may be wondering, why is this Part 2? What happened to Part 1? Part 1 was, I think, our first episode. When I first started the show, Jean-Pierre was asking me questions about stuff. And I said, you know what, we should do a show on that. And so if you go back to our very first episode, it was Stop Believing the Internet. And he was a guest because he was putting stuff in Google and asking me questions. And I was just like, nope, that ain't it. So we have an example for you. And we want you to watch this example, and then we're going to come back and talk about it. So This is something that was on the internet. It was on the news, but it was on the internet.
But I think when you go for the shot, you do it over a 5-time period. Take it over 5 times or 4 times, but you take it in smaller doses and you spread it out over a period of years. And they pump so much stuff into those beautiful little babies. It's a disgrace. I don't see it. I think it's very bad. They're pumping, it looks like they're pumping into a horse. You have a little fragile child, and you get a vat of 80 different vaccines, I guess, 80 different blends, and they pump it in.
All right, so that was on the internet, and that was our president giving advice about medications and vaccines. And I stopped watching the news, and I haven't been on social media since like February. Like, I'll hop on to look at a specific thing, and then I'll get trapped, and then I'll end up just going down a rabbit hole. But generally, I'm just not on social media, and I don't watch the news. I don't engage with the news. I just can't take on all the things and live my life and be productive every day. So that's the way that I protect myself from nonsense. But I did hear about this because somebody told me about it. I literally only get news if people tell me about it. I will never see it.
Right.
So I heard about this and I was like, oh, this is who they voted to be president. This is who they wanted.
Yeah.
This is who they wanted. I
That's
don't
what
want to
that
hear no
vote.
complaints.
That's what that vote do.
So this is who they wanted to be president. So now we gotta address Tylenol, which we've always known to be one of the safest pain medications to take during
Exactly.
pregnancy. If you pregnant, that is what you take. I don't know at what point it became a problem. This is
Right.
just bizarre to me. And then he made a comment about children being given 80 vaccines at one time. I don't even think that there are 80 vaccines
Right.
that
It's
even
not even
exist.
possible.
But then he says stuff like this and people believe it.
Right.
So I can understand why a person would say, "Oh, well, I'm pregnant, so maybe I shouldn't take this Tylenol." So then what do you do with that?
Right.
So if you have a daughter or a partner who's pregnant and they heard the president say that, what would you do next?
I wouldn't. First of all, it would depend on the source. So, not to take any shots, but I wouldn't believe what he says. So I wouldn't go by just that. I mean, I would confirm it with a doctor. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, obviously, if that was a real issue, they would have been took it off the shelves. So I mean, I would kind of use some type of common sense and talk to somebody that's in the area of expertise.
Definitely need to have a conversation with somebody.
Right.
Definitely. But so would you pick up the phone and call your doctor? Like how? Like no. Like tell me really what would you do if you heard something like that and he was like, "Oh, really? That's crazy."
I mean, I would definitely consult with a doctor. I mean,
Would you call your doctor?
no. I mean, because more than likely, if a female is pregnant, she has a doctor.
So then she
So-
would call her doctor.
Right. So she
and
would call
ask-
her doctor, her physician, whoever she's seeing, and take it up with her person that knows her, the doctor that she's seeing, somebody that she can trust.
Very good. So that's the next step. That's what should be done. You contact a health professional that you trust and you get the answer. Everyone doesn't, but depending on what it is, everyone doesn't always have a provider to
That's
ask.
true.
So then what could you do? Any ideas? If you don't have your own personal physician for whatever reason,
Well, I have a friend who's a doctor, and her name is Dr. Motley.
you could call me.
And I would call Dr. Motley. So, I mean, if you are fortunate to have someone in your circle that's a physician or have access to a physician or someone that might know, I would say utilize your resources within your circle.
Yeah, so talk to someone who knows. Now, I hear something like this and I'm like, this is crazy. But then it also makes me curious and I'm like, I might need to look into this to see if it's real. So then I may go online and do some searching and see what I can find online. But what happens is that anybody can make a website and anybody could put anything on the internet. There's no control over that. There's no one looking to say you can't make a website that says this because it's not true. That does not exist.
Right.
And so because that's not exist, you have to know where to go and where not to go. And that's really hard. And it's even harder now that we have an administration leading this country who is anti-vaccine. And so now you'll start to hear all these things about vaccinations. Listen, y'all, we ain't heard nothing about the chickenpox since what? The 90s?
Right.
I had chickenpox. And when I got old enough to find out there was a vaccine, I was like, my mom didn't get me vaccinated. But then when I looked it up, the vaccine came out a year after.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a year
Wow.
after I got it. Because I was going to say, Mom, was you an anti-vaxxer? Why I ain't get the chickenpox?
Because people just use that chicken pox. Is just
But
everybody used to get it.
everybody
The
used to
brothers
get
and
it. We
sisters-
don't get it anymore
Right.
because there is a chickenpox vaccine.
Right.
So vaccines work, and that has happened with all the diseases that are vaccine preventable. You're not going to see the cases because they out here working, but they only work if we get the kids and we keep up with our vaccinations. So now that we have this administration with the anti-vaccine rhetoric, it makes things more complicated. I'm not saying everything they saying is not true. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you need to know where to go to get information that you can trust. And so there's two places that I typically go when I have questions about healthcare information, or if I just have questions and I'm looking for more answers. I'm doing some research. For adults, what I found to be consistently helpful is the Mayo Clinic. They've been around for years. They're highly trusted. So I would go to mayoclinic.org. That's Mayo, like mayonnaise, like mayonnaise on my Italian. So it's like MAYO clinic.org. So they'll have good information about all the health topics. For kids, if it's one of my kids that I have questions about a health topic, I go to kidshealth.org. Kids, that has an S at the end, health.org. That is a website that is managed by Nemours. They have information for kids, babies, teens, like all the ages. So those are like my two go-to sites when I have questions. Now, if you put anything online, you know, if you're doing a Google search and you're looking up health topics, you'll see a whole bunch of things come up. You'll get the AI result and all the other information. I would skip all of that. I would just go straight to kidshealth.org, mayoclinic.org, and put in your questions there, put in the health topics there, because I can't even help you navigate all the options that'll come up.
Right.
Because it's too much.
Right.
I would probably a year or so ago I would have said go to CDC or FDA or something, but I have seen some troubling information on those government websites recently, so I can't even point you there. So I would say mayoclinic.org, kidshealth.org, start there until you can get in contact with your doctor. And I also want to give a shout out to pharmacists, because we are the most trusted health profession, and the most accessible, more important. So you can walk into any pharmacy and stand at the consultation booth and ask your questions to a pharmacy. You can call a pharmacy and get questions answered. So if you do have questions that you can't find answers to, you can also go to a pharmacy, call a pharmacy to get your questions answered. So that's another resource too.
Good stuff, Doc.
Yep. So I think that's mostly everything I wanted to cover today.
Okay.
Do you have other questions?
Nah, I mean, I think this was a great intro.
We back, y'all.
Yeah,
we
back.
outside.
We back in the seats.
We got funded for a couple episodes.
Right, so we good. You definitely going to see us for a couple months. And I know
Yeah.
it's good stuff, though, Doc. You know what I'm saying? We ready. We fresh. We ready to give some information and deliver every week. Like I said, I'm going to start my movement with the Follow Me concept with just at least one checkup. And that's going to be my thing.
Well, you already did your checkup.
Well, yeah, but I'm going to get
What
some
you gonna
other.
do next?
I'm going to get some other, but I'm going to just keep going.
Oh, so like everybody else going to do one,
Yeah.
and then they get one.
Right, you know.
I got you.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got
yeah,
you.
You know.
All right.
I got mine, so I'm just pulling the next brother.
Follow
you
me.
know, right?
I like it. Well, you can start at the event we'll be at this weekend. Malcolm Yates is doing a Black Men Do Brunch event at Widener.
Yeah, we'll be having tea and all that stuff.
So that should be nice. We'll have Nurse Rasheed out there doing blood pressure checks. You'll be there
Oh yeah.
to share information on blood pressure and lead and all the other things we're doing now.
Yeah.
So that's at Widener on Saturday.
Yeah,
I don't
can't
know
wait.
what time or how to find information about it, but that's for the Black
Right.
men.
Right.
And so just to close out, I just want to remind you, please stay up to date on your vaccines. It is cold and flu season. There is a strain of flu going around that may become a problem in the U.S. We'll find out soon. There is no reason to be gravely sick from a disease that has a vaccine. I'm a plan to get vaccinated before we get back here next week. But
Okay, Doc. I'm gonna
we
hold
gonna
you
see.
to that, Doc.
my word is my bond.
Right.
And that's it. So we'll see y'all next week. Next week we're gonna be talking about dealing with your family during the holidays. It's gonna be the day before Thanksgiving, so we know that induces a lot of stress. We'll have a guest on who will help us walk into Thanksgiving dinner like a new person, stress free and ready to just enjoy quality time with our family. So that should be nice.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank y'all
That's
for
it.
checking us out. We will see you next Wednesday at 7:15.
Okay. Good evening.
Truth with no ceilings. No cap, just vision. We speak it, we live it. Your health mission.